Emily Blunt has made her return to movies with a particularly exciting Western project that has us all super excited. And she may be dressed to the nines, but that's not all. All those gorgeous outfits are accessorized with cool weapons that she can use just as well as she can ride horses. But the project was a grueling one for the actress, so let's find out what kind of work went into making the movie. First up, Blunt needed quite a bit of tequila to prep for the finale. The BBC Two series The English takes place in mid-America in 1890 and stars The Devil Wears Prada and Sicario actress Emily Blunt as an English noblewoman, Lady Cornelia Locke. Over the course of the 6 episodes in the series, Cornelia partners up with Pawnee ex-cavalry scout Ellie Whip, who's played by Chasky Spencer, and somehow becomes entangled in several horrific, unresolved murder cases. The story is heavy and gritty, but the Brit found it really hard to film the finale. When the time came to film the emotional scenes, Emily Blunt admitted that she needed lots of tequila to prepare herself. In the final episode of The English, Blunt shares a lot of screen time with her co-star, which she finds deeply affects her. The story revolves around Cornelia, who's on the search for her son's killer and takes Ellie's help to take revenge. The violence and drama of the lawless lands are no doubt huge parts of this Western, just like those before it. But like other Western classics, this new take on the Old West is bound to keep you hooked. Following up, Blunt praised Blick's complex role as the lead. Blick wrote the script for The English and came up with the lead characters of Lady Cornelia Locke. Blunt gushed about the extraordinary character he had come up with and was very content with every script that she was sent. The lead isn't a damsel in distress, but then again, she isn't a superhero either. The character is complex and nuanced, and the actress knew she wanted the part. The actress has always had to remind the crew in the development stages of her previous movies that not every woman has to be feminine at all times. She should be allowed to be messy to make her more interesting, but this time around, Blunt didn't have to repeat herself. Everything was just the way she wanted it. Cornelia is an out-of-place individual who steps off the stagecoach in an impractical outfit, but she soon transforms into a resilient, wily, and lethal force of nature. It's no surprise to learn that she agreed to the script before reading it all the way through. Coming up, Blunt was on board to film even before reading the script. Blunt had decided to join the series well before she finished reading the script. One thing was obvious to her: the lead female character was way too captivating to let go. Hugo Blick, the writer and director, sent her the pilot episode, and after reading just a few pages, she knew she was on board. Blunt felt that Cornelia was mysterious and interesting, and her secrets only added to the intrigue. The female lead is trying to find some justice in a time that was filled with brutal, masculine characters, which she seems woefully unprepared for. Cornelia is required to face so many challenges on her journey, and viewers will be surprised by how impactful the series is. Seeing how much Blunt loved the character, it's no surprise that she was so involved in the various aspects of bringing the show to the screen. Phoebe DeGay, the BAFTA-winning costume designer, recalled just how much the actress cared for her character's development. DeGay had a lot of fun working with her because of Blunt's amazing instincts. In fact, it was her idea to change the riding outfit's color from the usual blues and greens to a color that resembled that of a bruise. Now, isn't that interesting? Next up, Blunt knows she wouldn't survive the Wild West. It's nice to see that Blunt is very aware of her abilities now that she's filmed The English. The 39-year-old doesn't fancy her chances if she had existed at the same time as the show. The Brit didn't think she would fare well in such a harsh time. Not to mention, she couldn't fathom who would want to live in that time because what would they eat? And how would she deal with her laundry? These are all very valid questions. Even after all the experience she gathered on set, Blunt knows she wouldn't be any help to anyone. You may think she knows how to use a bow and arrow, but nope. She can look like she knows how to, but that's not the case. The one positive that she took away from this project was the ability to shake up her beauty routine. It allowed her to ditch the extensive makeup routines that have become common today and just opted for a lot of extra sunscreen lotion while filming the 6-part Prime Video series. In fact, Blunt liked getting down and dirty for her movies. The mom of 2 appreciated not having to look perfect all the time and had more fun when she could focus on the work instead of how she looked in the moment. Just the way we like it too. Au naturel. Moving on, Blunt had nothing but praise for her co-star. Chasky Spencer, who plays Ellie Whip, aka the intriguing new arrival into town, gets caught up in Blunt's bloody tale of revenge. Not to mention, his casting is also very refreshing in light of Hollywood's questionable past choices when hiring actors of color. Chasky recalled how he was a part of the industry at a time when white actors instead of Native Americans played the native roles. The actor, whose heritage is Lakota, Nez Perce, Cherokee, Creek, French, and Dutch, would just sit on the sidelines and wait for a supporting role. But the English turned into a wonderful experience for the 47-year-old. Not only was it a lead role for the actor, but also a romantic one, which wasn't something he had ever played before despite wanting one for so long. The role offered him everything that an actor could want, and despite the nerves, Chaske was very excited. And Blunt felt the same way too. She recalled the moment Chaske came in for the audition and was instantly taken by his reading. He seized the moment, and the air in the room seemed to transform. She could tell he was one of the nicest people you could ever meet, but then he turned into something completely different. The instant he left the room, Blunt knew that Chaske was the guy for the role. She added, "I was so excited that we found our Ellie." Coming up, the extensive outfit took a toll on the stars of the English. The three-time BAFTA-nominated actress has acted in several historical dramas throughout her extensive career, from portraying the monarch in The Young Victoria to becoming one of Disney's most beloved characters in Mary Poppins Returns. So one might assume that by this time, the 39-year-old would have become accustomed to donning corsets. But alas, that isn't the case. The task only got tougher when taking into account the hot weather as well. Emily admitted that the corset would always be challenging no matter how many times one put it on for a period piece. But this time, when she was dressed up, the corset began to act like an oven and started to heat up her organs. The tight-fitting piece of garment didn't allow air to get in, so no matter how many fans were aimed at her, she felt like she was being cooked from the inside out. Sure, the actor was told by everyone that she looked great in it and how beautiful it shaped her silhouette, but that didn't make things any better. Even Chaske, who portrayed Sam Ully in the Twilight Saga film series, was stressed out by the physically demanding role, particularly because he was required to wear a wool military jacket and leather chaps in the heat. Chaske understood that it was something that he would have to do, so he put on a brave face and make it work for his co-star. Finally, the heat made the project grueling. The actors were required to put in a lot of physical effort when they were required to train how to ride horses, shoot and fight, all under the merciless Spanish sun. The temperatures could go up as high as 100 degrees. Chaske knows that it's evident on their faces just how hot it is in some scenes, but then again, it added to the scene and made moments seem more realistic. Blunt spoke up about how challenging the hot weather became during their shoot. The A Quiet Place actress said it was a challenge, but she had to agree with Chaske because the shimmering light in the scenes made the final product so much better. The glow of the sun, the dust being kicked up by the horses, and the sweltering weather added something unworldly to the shots and transformed the series into something extraordinary. That's a wrap for this video. Are you excited to see Emily Blunt and Chaske Spencer's newest Western flick? Let us know in the comments below. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. See you in the next one.